So in this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make thumbnails that stand out, gaming thumbnails that stand out, such as this, completely for free. No need to download, and you can basically do it in any platform because there is no restrictions on the download. So anyways, without any further ado, let's get into the video. So step number one is that you're going to be opening your browser, and at the top of the browser, just type photopea.com. So if you guys didn't know what Photopea is, it is basically Photoshop for free. Okay, everything that Photoshop has, not everything, but basic stuff that Photoshop has, that it has. The layout is very similar to Photoshop, and one major thing about Photopea is you can start editing here, and in future if you want to move on to Photoshop, you can easily do that, and you can do it well as well. So that is what you're going to be needing. This will be the editor that we are going to be working in. Go to the file and then type new. Once it'll be giving you something, there'll be templates. You don't need all these. Now you can name your project whatever you want. Let's just keep it tutorial, for example. Now the width you want to be putting 1920, and the height is 1080. The DPI, okay, so I did a mistake here. Put the DPI to 300. It should have been 72. As you can see, right now it has changed the entire structure from 1920 by 1080 to 8000 into 4500. I just wanted to say that because as we go further in the video, the app will lag a little bit for me. Everything that I import will also be very small. I want to just say the reason for that is because I forgot to double check whether it was 1920 into 1080. The background can be transparent also, but here I'm giving white. There's no problem on that. There'll be two major things that you'll be collecting. Number one, a character, and number two, a background. So first of all, I'm going to take a random game example. Let's say Fortnite. Okay, I'm going to be teaching you how you can search for certain things so that you can make better thumbnails. So first of all, go and type Fortnite character poses, whatever game you want, and then type character poses transparent. Okay, now go on to the images tab. Search till you find a good picture. Okay, I want to be fast. I'm going to be choosing this picture. Just save this image anywhere. You can also copy this image, but for better purposes, I'm just going to be saving this image. Now go to your Photopea. Now, as you can see, there will be something called open and place. Press the open and place button, and now locate to where you have your image. In this case, it's right here, and you have seen you can see that if you move, the aspect ratio is not being maintained. So let's just X out of that. Let's click on our character here. Now go to transform controls. Once you click that button, you'll be seeing something like this. Press shift button and then drag it properly. When you hold down shift, the aspect ratio will be maintained. Keep that in mind. It used to be the same for Photoshop, but nowadays Photoshop doesn't follow that. Before we actually get creative, let us go and take something else. Now we're going to go and type the same game, Fortnite cinematic pictures. Okay, so I'm just going to go with this one. Now we're going to press shift, and then we are going to drag this. And yeah, now when you look at this, you actually don't see thumbnail material stuff, but this is where we start getting crafty slowly and slowly. Now let's start assembling our thumbnail. What do I mean by assembling? We need to have a basic structure on what works and what doesn't, right? I'm going to hold on shift, pull this up. Now yeah, this will do. Now I'm going to push this a bit down, and you can always turn this if you want a little bit, but that depends on you. Okay, I'm going to keep it right here, and I'm going to press enter. Again, you might see, okay, this doesn't look so good. Don't worry about it. We're going to be adding a new layer. Now in this new layer, what we're going to be doing is basically we're going to be making the background darker so that people can view our foreground better. Now how do you do that? You create another layer, sandwich it between your character and your background. In this layer, go to your brush tool, which is right here. Go to the size, increase it. Color, let's just choose black. Done. And once you have done that, just maximum size. Try to paint over your image. Okay, now once you cover everything, you have to go to this opacity, as you can see, and then try to bring it down. As we can see, our thumbnail is getting darker. I'll show you. This is the before and this is the after. People are focusing on the character now. We want them to focus on the character. Now let's go to the text tool, and the text layer is created, as you can see. Now once you have typed something, just put the size to maximum, change the color to white for now, and you can see it's very small, so we're just going to click on it, press the control button, press the shift button, and bring it up. Okay, once you bring it up, I think this will be fine. Go to this tool right here. We can also press V to access that tool. Yeah, so you can just press transform controls from here, bring this a bit down. Okay, now we're going to be changing this to a different font. I'll recommend a font for this video. It's actually a very good font. Press T, which is the text tool. Press on your text layer, go to the font section, and from here we can try to find Burbank. You can't find Burbank, doesn't matter. Now we're going to be loading a font. Okay, so let's just say download Burbank condensed. Okay, yeah, so as you can see, the Burbank big content, you have all these networks, right? You can go to any one. So this will be the font that we are going to be working in. As you can see, these are the letters, usage, and press the download now button. As you can see, the zip file is downloaded. Right click this, go to show in folder. Now take a look at this folder. You can obviously try to extract. You have to extract this actually. Just press extract files and then press OK. So yeah, now press this button again, press the load font. Now once you go to the load font, locate your font and then go to this over here. It's loaded. Okay, now go here again, type Burbank and choose our font. Okay, now thumbnails. Okay, once we have done with that, like place it properly. As we can see, our image being a little bit let's put our character first, guys. A character should be on top of the text. Always keep that in mind because it looks way more natural. And then place it, whereas it slightly touches the text, but you can still read it. Okay, like in this case. Okay, yes, so press right click, go to blending options. From here, go to gradient overlay. Press that, go to your gradient. Yes, now you'll be given something like this, okay, called gradient editor. Go to the right hand side, choose an orange, okay, or a yellow. It's up to you. Choose a yellow. Okay, fine, I think this yellow will do. Or let's go with something a little more golden. Sure, press OK. Now press the white again. Now let's choose an orange, something a bit dark. Yeah. Yes, now press OK. Now if you create some stuff like extra like this one, you can always just right click or just delete this. Okay, now we have seen something like this. Now click on your yellow and drag it towards the right until you see something that is satisfied. Okay, in this case I am satisfied with this, so I'm going to click OK. The more you increase the scale, the more it gets dispersed. Basically, this case I'm going to keep something like 1 yeah, so big. You can see the orange, but there's a nice gradient. You can see that, right? And now we're not going to go with the stroke, but you're going to go with the drop shadow. Ideally speaking, your shadow shouldn't be visible that much. Okay, it's just a tiny detail that you're going to be adding. Let's just take out the spread. Yeah, so basically something like that. I'm going to be reducing the opacity 5. I'm going to be reducing the distance to say 50. Yes, and yeah, that is basically it. Okay, press OK. Now if you press the Alt button and then press on your text layer and then drag it on top and then leave it, you will be creating a copy. We need copies. Okay, that's very important. Now let's go back to our background. Now let's disable, or let's click and bring this down. We have created a copy, right? I'm just going to give an example on how to add variation between the font color, which is very important. Now the second layer of your text, go to the blending option. You're just going to change the gradient overlay from this color. Okay, so basically this is what you have to keep, and then now drag your white a little more to your right. Let's just get rid of this yellow. Yeah, basically keep dragging it. Okay, go to your smoothness, decrease it down. Okay, now just drag your white until you can just see a small amount of black. Okay, very small amount of black, like this case. This will be fine. Okay, press OK, and once you go there, click on the scale variable and then just drag it to the maximum. Something like yeah, so there's this small difference between white and a silverish color. That is the color that we're going for. Yeah, as you can see, there's a small silver, right? That's what we're going for. Let's just press OK and then move on. Now I'm going to complete the rest in a similar way, so I don't think you have to watch that. I'll just skip a bit, okay? Okay, so as we can see, you've created something pretty much basic. It says amazing thumbnails for free. Now I'm telling you guys, the intersection between the character and the text is very important. Now obviously, depending on your choice, you can keep it however you want to, but I like it when there's a slight intersection between the character and my text, whereas the viewer can find out there is a slight intersection just to see who's on top. This if you just keep it outside, I think it's very basic. So for that reason, I'm just going to give a slight, very slight one. There's one more huge tip. If you've been watching till now, just Google anime lines, okay, and then type transparent as well, and just take one image. Just yeah, we're going to be saving this. Let's just save this image, and then I'm going to be file, same thing, open and place. You place that, press the shift button, bring this all the way up, all the way, and then drag it so that it's barely, very barely visible, okay? You might think that this doesn't make a lot of difference. Trust me, it does. And we're just going to be seeing where to place, okay? Yeah, so once you have done that, just load inside, just alt and inside, go to the blending options. This is very important, guys. Go and press color overlay. Once you change this to white, press OK, and we're going to come to our opacity, and we're going to bring this down also for that layer, of course, to the point where you can barely see the anime lines, but it actually makes a difference. Once you have done that, say right here, I am going to go and place this on top of all of your layers, guys. So that's the difference it makes. And as you can see, our thumbnail is done. How to save this thumbnail? After we create a thumbnail, you can go here, save as PSD, which we can do, or we can press export as PNG. Now change the width 1920 1080, and I'm going to press save. Yeah, as you can see, our image has been downloaded. You can also press the download PNG, download SPG button. It's up to you. If you open that, so yeah, as you can see, our thumbnail is here. Our thumbnail is ready. I'm going to be saving this as a PSD file, and I'm going to be putting a link down in the comments. You can open PSD files via Photopea as well. So if you want to download your image and then use my image or my thumbnail as a base and work from that, you can obviously do this as well. I'll link it down in the description. It's free, don't worry about it. So yeah, that's it for today's video. Hopefully you learned something about the video. Basically, this is my style of making thumbnails. Do I recommend you also do exactly what I did? I don't, okay? Simply because I think everybody will cultivate their own style from now on. So don't try to take styles from people. But if you want to just work or practice your thumbnail making, you can obviously use this. Try to develop your own style. As I said, focus on two major things: the text and the characters. Blur your backgrounds. You can also blur. We have not blurred the background here. You can blur your backgrounds. You can darken your backgrounds. Try to make more focus towards the character and the text. So yeah, that's about it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, peace out.